everyone is talking about becoming aware. So if you would like to get some tips about becoming aware, then stick around. This video is for you. Aloha, 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 beautiful soul. Welcome at Monday Me. So today I'm going to give you some tips about becoming aware. But before that, I just want to elaborate a little bit on falling back into your old habits, as I would call them, into your survival systems. Because I had that in the past week, so it was just in my face. So, when sometimes there are these situations in which you are totally not aware of falling back into those old habits, and then at some point you're like smacking yourself and saying, oh my gosh, I did it again. Do you recognize this? I really wish you recognize. No, I wish for you you are beyond this, but for me I wish you recognize this. Oh. So there are these situations in which you have not yet practiced the new habits, and in which you are just falling back into the old ones, and before you know, these old habits are taking back over. So for you to help you really get into that system where you become aware of what those old habits are, and of you gliding back into them, I have an exercise for you. So stick around for a moment, because I do want to elaborate a little bit on what was happening at my side. Because I had this friend, she's one of my best friends, and her mother decided she crosses the rainbows, as they would say in Hawaii, which is a beautiful way of looking at that situation. But of course, when you are amidst this situation, there's so much to take care of when your mother or one of your parents or someone near you has passed, and you go into this mode of doing, okay, checklist, I did this, I did that. So you're becoming very practical. And me, when people are very practical, apparently I go back into the system of self-doubt. That's the reaction, my first reaction to that. So the self-doubt is about, how should I address this person? Because me, I'm someone who talks about feelings, but when someone is in a practical mode, they are not there, they do not want to talk about the feelings, because they need to take care of all these little tasks and all these things that have to be done. So I was having a conversation with her this Friday, and then I was talking with her about that, the fact that you are in this doing mode. For me, I don't know how to relate to you. I didn't know, is it okay to call you? I didn't know, is it okay to talk with you about your feelings? Is it okay to just send you some small apps during the day because I'm thinking of you? I just don't know at those moments. It's not that, my social wiring would be all the time sending her messages, but in the energy, I was very aware that was not what she needed. But I didn't know how to act otherwise, because the wires are going so, they are valleys into my mind, Thought, action, thought, feeling, thought, reaction. They are valleys. So for me to step out of the valley and address this with her, and luckily she's someone who is very aware and who is also on this path of self-development, so she understands the doubts and the struggles I have with that situation. So we had a beautiful conversation about it. But it just made me aware that for a few days I just went boom into the self-doubt, and then the self-doubt was not only about that situation, it was about everything. Because that is what those survival mechanisms do, though. That's what those valleys do. They just propel you into something, and then it is up to you to come back to awareness. So here's my tip on how to come back on awareness. Well, this has taken me quite some time, so do not expect that if you do this once that you are there immediately. And at the moment that I am in my survival systems, this tip is one of the hardest ones to follow, because it is very easy to shut my system off when I'm in my survival systems. That's what survival systems do, no? So when you want to practice becoming aware of your reaction of what is going on inside, what is really happening, becoming aware of the fact that you have been sliding back into a survival mechanism, I invite you every evening to go and lie on your, maybe when you're in bed, or maybe it is better when you're sitting up, just find your way, but go and make sure you are well supported, that you're sitting up straight or that you're lying straight in your bed, and have your hands on your belly. Have your hands on your belly and allow everything to come up. And then that's the easy part, because the difficult part is not to condone them, not to judge all these things that are coming up, but be there completely present with all these things that are coming up. And inside of all, like, your mind will be, in the beginning, in my case it was blowing up. Yeah, so be aware that is something that may happen. So your mind may be blowing up, but underneath there are the little treasures that are guiding you to what's really going on. Hands on your belly. Breathe if you want. You can use a certain breathing, breathing exercise. I always prefer, in Ho'oponopono we do not tweak things, so I always prefer to have my regular breathing that is in general quite deep already when I go and do these kind of exercises. But I have all my attention and awareness to what is happening in my belly, because in the belly, even for the guys that don't have a womb, but in the belly that is where all the emotions are stacking up. That is where all the stuff is going on. And this exercise, it may not be the most easy one. You in the beginning will want to run away from this exercise. And I'm still inviting you to continue doing it, because at some time it's becoming easier. And maybe you can find ways to handle all the stuff that is going on in your head at the moment that you have your hands on your belly. Me, like using Ho'oponopono, I was thanking all those thoughts. If that's something that's helping you, then go ahead, do that. Thank you, thought about this. Thank you, thought about that. Thank you, brain, for bringing up all these thoughts. But I want to focus on my belly, on what's going on in my belly. There's a direct line between your head and your belly, I'm quite sure, because the way that we are wired is so magical that I'm quite sure that there are wires, so that it is very normal that your head is becoming very busy. So this has been a long video. I'm trying to keep them short, but today was a longer video. Wishing you good luck. Reach out whenever there's something that you want to address, and like this video so that I know that these kind of tips are the ones that are helping you on your journey. Sending you much love. Bye bye. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, beautiful soul. If there's anything I want you to take from these videos, then it is the permission for you to shine your light. It's the most important thing. So go ahead, shine your light. I love you. Bye bye.